is enough, and it's time for a change.
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah!
Get some man!
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey, yo!
We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold said so!
Oh, son of a bitch, if you just heard the glass shatter, that's right, it's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast right here on BOC Nation and Swerve Talk Network. And I'm the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. Now, I am joined by none other than Wrestle Reviews himself, Mr. Tom Brady.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Nice to be back. Another prediction show. I always seem to land on a prediction show.
I know.
Great.
But we had to get you on again for the prediction show just because, you know, how much fun we had last time with Mr. Fame Black. Seghead's Fame Black will be with us shortly. Skype is just updating for him, so we'll wait for him. And the reveal of the man in the shadows will have to be put back because, well, I don't know why, but let's just say we ain't got time to waste, man. We got things to do today. We got things to talk about. Ain't we, Booker T? Tell me you did not just say that. Cause I'm the five-time. Oh man.
Five time.
But yeah, I mean, we got a packed show today. Obviously, we're gonna, go into the Raw Fallout, Survivor Series predictions. Then we're gonna go into NXT Fallout, Shook Stunners, Segway Time Machine, RP SmackDown in 60 Seconds, where we'll talk a bit about WWE signing La Sombra. Also, Austin Aries and Gunner turning up at Full Sail, and we'll talk about the Full Sail crowd as well. But with that said, how are you, Tom?
I'm good. I've had a good weekend, actually. Yeah, it's been just got, like I said, just got new Star Wars, play a bit of football. It's been quite a relaxing one. It's gone fast though, so fast this weekend. How have you been anyway, Kenny?
I've been alright, you know how it is. I mean, I've had a relaxing weekend with my missus and the kids, so back to work tomorrow. Got to prepare for that. But apart from that, just been watching boxing, gonna watch a little bit of anime later. I am into a lot of stuff, so but nevertheless, I've been alright. Been building my set for when the release of the Sharpshooter YouTube channel starts. That's right, all the video content from Sunday Segue and other stuff. Just been building my set, hence why we've got the Sheik and why we've got Booker T at the moment. But I've got a wrestling ring, I've got some title belts. That will go up in the background here in the set.
Awesome.
So, we've got some lucha masks going on. So, got the set, just building the set. When I get my camera, we'll be good to go, with new video content under the Sharpshooter YouTube channel. So, watch this space. The Warrior logo's coming out soon. Thanks to Dazzy. You know who he is. But let's just kick into the show. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you check us out. Our website, the Sunday Segue podcast.wix.com/Sunday Segue. Also follow us on Twitter at Sunday Segue, Segue spelled SEGUE. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on iTunes, Podomatic, Stitcher. Don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Also, the Segue blog is up and running. Yay! Thanks to none other than my guest today, Mr. Tom Brady, the new writer for the Sunday Segue Wrestling blog. It was a really, really good blog you wrote there, mate, talking about how to expand women's matches in WWE.
I just think with the talent they've got now, there's no longer an excuse for we're past the days of Kelly and people like that. Like we're in a proper full-on era. I forget the Divas Revolution. It's over. It's done. Let's start having some proper matches. I know maybe Hell in a Cell is a bit far, but include it because it's intriguing. But a Divas ladder match or something like that could be. I think it would be outstanding. I mean, it's something I really buy into, and I'm sure quite a lot of fans are probably quite interested in that sort of thing now.
Exactly. So I think a lot of people, they've said some really good things about it. So and like I said, man, I was really, really happy with that. So there's definitely more to come from Tom Brady. Don't you worry about that. just a quick update on Fame Black. He's almost here, people. He's almost here. So the antics and banter will be going crazy in a bit. But let's go to the shout-outs. You got any shout-outs, Tom?
I just like to shout out to. I went to ICW Manchester on the last tour the other week. I just shout out to anyone I met there, like fans, the people who were there, the ring workers. I even met Joe Coffey, Iron Man.
Yep.
All of them just made it just amazing. Just great time. Everyone was so nice, and just shout out to any of them who might be listening. Like that was it's really great.
What's that, Fear and Loathing?
Fear and Loathing tour, yeah. Fear and Loathing was the Sunday just gone, and that was what a show. Like I mean, British wrestling is going in a new great direction, and obviously they sold out the Sec, and they're going to the Hydro next year, which is 4 times the size.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great. Like I think they've got the crowd just emotionally invested in every single match, and it's great. Yeah, so props to them.
Well, I would have if I knew you were going, I would have tried to link you up with my partner in crime on a Saturday, the Retro Round Table, Mr. Cookie Cutter Podcast himself, Michael Cook, who also went. So that would have been great. But we'll
have to go to the next one.
Yeah. Right, I want to shout out to obviously the Seg heads out there. Sorry if I missed some of you out, but I'll fill you in next week. So I want to give a shout out to Squeak. Oh, Squeako, you know who you is. You what fame? That's right. Also want to give a shout out to Rashid Carson, Robert John Patterson. That's at RJ Patterson. Pro Wrestling Votes, that's at Wrestle Votes. Also indie wrestler Michelle D, that's an IWF wrestler. Also Roman Zachary, the Fifth Element, he's an IWF tag champion. And Kevin Knight, that's right, he is also the Master of Chaos with IWF. Right, so I want to also give a shout out to our business partners in crime. That's Max Wrestling Magazine. Also, Pigeon Patrol. That's right, Offshoot Radio. Podcast About Nothing. Our brothers on VOC Nation. The Actual of Aggression podcast. Dave and Gates. And also, You What Gaming Channel. Gaming Show. Don't forget, you need to check that out. That's right, Jason Clarkson and Squeak. You can check that out on YouTube. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's get into Raw. Right, so the Raw Fallout, we're going to mix it in with the Survivor Series predictions also. So, 25 years of Taker, Tom. 25 years 25. Of Taker. Are you 25 yet?
I'm not even 25 yet, no. I'm 21, so Taker's career outdates me by 4 years. That's just crazy times.
It's crazy.
But, yeah.
What's the earliest time you saw Taker? What's the first time you saw Taker? If you can remember.
The earliest time I saw Taker was probably around X7, something like that, or maybe even 18, because I don't really remember the X7 match. Like watching it back, I was like, how did I remember that sort of thing? But I think 18 was sort of when I first remembered.
Which one was that? Was the 18 was a Triple H? Was it a Triple H? Triple H one was
no, Triple H was 17. So
yeah.
I think was it I'm not quite sure. 18. Was it Albert and?
It might have been Albert and Big Show. Yeah.
Big Show,
yeah,
or maybe Ric Flair. I'm not certain, but. Yeah, it's crazy to think like how long he's been going now. Mm-hmm. It's just, and he still looks great. Like he's still, ripped. He's huge.
Oh well, I mean, my first time seeing Taker, man, was Royal Rumble '91. This is my first pay-per-view, and then looking back and seeing the debut of him, and I mean, like, man, this guy just freaked everybody out. Now they've been, putting on some content this week, the 25 years of Taker and stuff. I mean, after Raw, we had, HBK, Triple H and Steve Austin talking about it, which was a great show. Great new material by WWE. But Raw started off with Taker coming out with Kane. What did you think of the promos? Because I was quite happy that Kane actually got to talk. I
was happy Kane got to talk, because I actually thought Kane did a better job on the mic. I think I didn't really enjoy Taker's promo that much. I think a thing about that is, though, Bray Wyatt's promo was just better, and that maybe took away from it. Still, though, it's a decent little start to the show. Pop the crowd early on. I didn't really get the Druids part when they all attacked and Taker and they just squashed them in seconds. So, but I thought it was all right. Like I thought it could have been better, but it could have been worse. Kane getting to Salt Lake City, good idea.
Yeah, definitely. So I was very, very happy with that. Okay, so they're talking about who Taker and Kane are gonna face, out of the Wyatt family. Who do you think that they're gonna face?
Well, looking at because it's a 2-on-2, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if this has been confirmed anywhere or anything, but I'm hearing Wyatt and Strowman are going to be the two, which I think I
It
would
makes
have
sense.
Yeah, I would have preferred Luke Harper to obviously be in the match because I think Luke Harper is great. I think he's a really good technical wrestler. I think he can carry a lot of a match if he needs to. I don't think he does need to, but if he, if they gas really fast for some reason, he can take over that role. But Strowman makes sense. It's a classic Undertaker sort of opponent, a big guy who can knock down, and I think it'll be a good match. I'm quite excited for it because I think there'll be more than just there'll be some shenanigans. I think some kind of no DQ style sort of things will come in, ref bumps maybe and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, the booking of the match is going to be quite interesting because here we've got, Bray Wyatt, who they're trying to push now as the new face of fear, and then we've got Braun Strowman, who they're trying to push as this new big monster. So he's going to get a lot of time in there. He's going to get a lot of time in there with Taker. They are going to give him time to obviously develop in that ring. And would you be surprised if Strowman and Wyatt took it down?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's what I would prefer at the minute. I think from a booking standpoint, it does make more sense. I don't really mind who wins this one because I think obviously it's Taker's last year, like looking like that way, and it'll be a special moment for him and him and Kane. And I don't really mind who wins it, but I think it makes more sense from a booking standpoint, and you've got to at this time look at that sort of thing over the sentimental value of a Taker win. I think.
So does Kane take the pin then?
Oh, Kane takes the pin Kane takes the pin if they lose.
Now Kane should take the pin off Strowman, or Strowman gets a really good, decent, run in the ring, and then Wyatt obviously pins Kane. But it's gonna be very, very interesting. I mean, we're so close to the Royal Rumble, Road to WrestleMania, and all that. So Survivor Series is usually the time where stuff starts to happen. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see what goes down. All right, so prediction time: Taker and Kane versus Wyatt. Who takes that down?
I think I'm gonna go with Taker and Kane.
Mm-hmm.
I just can see that happening. I can't really see them losing, given the massive build up they're given to Taker this week.
Yeah.
And yourself?
I think it's either going to be a Kane and Taker win, and it's the 25 years of Taker, so Taker losing on that day will be a bit weird. But if Taker and Kane did win, there'll be a beatdown after.
Yeah.
There'll be a beatdown after. So that will probably happen, or they might just stop it. But either way, I think Taker and Kane was going to take that one down. Right, let's go on to the WWE title tournament. So this past week on Raw, we had the quarterfinals. Everyone won clean. Now, did that surprise you? Because it definitely surprised me.
I think it surprised me, but I also think it was very effective the way they did it. I think every match bar one, which we'll probably get onto, I think delivered fully. I thought the tournament itself, I think, has been a real success, especially at the start. Looking into it, there was only like 5 former world champions in it, so it felt a bit like low, like lack of main event stars. But they've pulled it out and really great. And I think, like you say, the clean wins surprising, but it's nice to see clean wins, especially for heels, like because they so rarely get them.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so right about now we're gonna get Fame Black in the building to get his his talk on the WWE title tournament matches from Raw. So we'll just wait for him to come in, and then we'll get his thoughts. So like we were saying, Tom, we had 4 matches there. We had Owens versus Neville. Let's see what's
then you had Ambrose Ziggler.
Yeah, Ambrose Ziggler. We also had Del Rio and Kalisto, and then we had Reigns and Cesaro. So let's just start off with Owens and Neville, right? So now Owens and Neville. Now I had very, very, very high hopes for this match, and I was just I couldn't believe the fact that Owens was given more to Neville, but then again, the fact that Neville has been this guy who has, he's kind of been the guy who shines in a match, but but often loses. So yeah, I thought the match was really really good. I thought Neville again, he just continues just to just get just there, just to that level, and then bam, he takes it down. What was your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, I think exactly that. It was a very, very good match, but you didn't feel like either star has given everything they've got to give. Like, there's more to come from Neville. There's more to come from Owen, certainly with that. There was awesome moonsault to the outside by Neville. Loved that. The reverse backwards like Rana Frankensteiner thing where I thought Owens had just like murdered himself. That was awesome. Like, what a great start for the first match of the show as well. Nice snap German from Neville. Like, he's really really good. I mean, it's been no surprise, but man, he's really really good. And the good story of the match. Obviously Neville's fast and pacey, and every time Owens would just like try and cut him off, and or a bit of a power move, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyable first match.
Right, now let's do the introductions. It is Fame Black in the building, returning for the prediction show. Yo!
I couldn't miss it, man. Nature Boy Fame Black signing in early in the morning. You know what's crazy is that I wake up early to do the podcast, and like I'm not expecting for Skype to update, and that really puts the time on. Like, dude, it's like updating and it's slow, and I'm just like, dude, I said I was gonna be here at 7.
Oh, Booker T says, yo. He says, yo, sucker.
What is that? It doesn't even have like dreads.
It does, man.
Like,
look.
It's
All right. It's like kind of permed, like yeah.
It's like regular hair.
He looks kind of like Cat Williams out here. Yeah. A pimp named Slipback.
His hair's all messed up.
Sheiky's still here. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. Anyway, we just talked about Owens and Neville. It's now your time to talk about Ziggler and Ambrose. Ziggler and Ambrose, they switched it up a little bit here, Fame. I was surprised that they kind of changed the style where it was a bit more slow, a bit more methodical, and a lot more ring psychology, and a lot more wrestling techniques, and catch can wrestling. It was good back and forth though, I thought.
I agree. I think. I don't think it was any secret that these two were gonna have a great match together, and I think that like the chemistry. Ziggler's really good. Like, he's fallen. His stock has fallen in recent years just because of injuries and bad booking and things like that. But Ziggler is still really good. He's still the show off to me. And Dean Ambrose is also not a secret that he's really good. So them in the match together, I thought it was magic. I would love to see a few with them two later on down the line, because that match was really good. And everybody knew who was going to win it, and it's not like Ziggler's not going to bounce back, but it was pretty good. You're right. That Texas catch can wrestling, like, it was very old school, but it was really good.
With that said as well, I just like the way they kind of did the dynamics on the show where you had, you had two babyface versus babyface, often it's hard to kind of know for fan wise what to do in those kind of circumstance. That's why I was surprised they didn't go heel versus heel and just boo the fuck out of those matches. But it was a very very nice dynamic. But going on to the next one, which I know Tom did not like, which was Del Rio versus Kalisto.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
No.
Now this on paper, I thought this match, just like how Del Rio and Rey Mysterio, they had their matches and they were off the chart. I thought that these guys were gonna have a really really good, fast-paced, kind of little bit of lucha stiff style, kind of match. But in the end, it was the drizzling shits.
So let me say something that I hope is going to make the title, the title of the episode. I've been able to do that for the past couple of weeks. I hate Del Rio, and it's nothing personal. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he has a good look. I think he's got the promo skills. I think it's like me. It's like Vince McMahon and Christian. I just hate his face, and just everything about him. I just hate everything, every angle he's in, every rivalry. Ever since he showed up, I just hate him. Can't help it. Sorry, not sorry. And him ripping off Kalisto's mask, I thought was like shitty. I think it was. Like to say it's an accident, but how do you accidentally rip off somebody's whole mask?
Go for it, Tom.
Really bad. Really, really bad. That, like, of all the botches to make, that's your
Right.
number one. Don't make that botch. don't even risk it. It's a throwaway Raw match. You don't need to do that. This match I thought was going to be the best of the four. I actually had the highest hopes of all four, apart from maybe Cesaro versus Roman, but everything just fell flat. It was really really weird. Like
The
actually,
finish
like
was weird. I feel.
the finish. I mean, Del Rio couldn't stand on the rope, and he really didn't really catch him with a move. I just thought a lot of things were just messy, which is weird for a guy like Del Rio because he's so technically strong, and Kalisto is so good and so fast.
So agile, that guy.
Oh yeah, him and Neville is the comparison between the two is very similar. Both really great, and it just wasn't good, and it almost it was suffered from the third hour syndrome. It was in the third hour right before the main event, and he had 3 great matches before it. It just fell so flat, and I don't really know if anyone's to blame, but it just wasn't great. And also, Mex America, I hate
absolute shit. But the thing is as well, which
and I'm
was
a Mexican.
the thing as well, which I love about this tournament is they booked it so well. Because if you see the quarterfinals now and you see the matches, I mean, last week me and Finn were talking about whether they were going to show them all on Raw or whether they were going to be on SmackDown. And because of I suppose the matches on paper that they had, they thought this Raw was gonna be fucking amazing wrestling wise, and it should have been, and it was.
Yeah,
apart from that match.
3 out of 4, yeah.
Yeah, but now we're gonna go into the match which I thought was one of the best match of the night in the tournament, which was Reigns versus Cesaro. Now,
This is the best match in the tournament so far.
Man, that match was so good. I mean, you had right. Talk about 2 superstars elevating themselves out of one match, even though there had to be a winner and there was a loser.
I mean, dude, it was I knew that Roman Reigns was gonna win. Everybody knew that.
Yeah, everyone knew that.
I don't think there was any. I mean, sometimes it sucks when you man, he's gonna win, and you know that the opponent, it doesn't matter. That opponent mattered. Cesaro gave him a run. Cesaro gave him a good match. He earned that victory. I thought everything about it was really good. Even though I knew that Roman Reigns was gonna win, I found myself at times thinking, So it's one of those things where I feel like they could have gone either way. And Cesaro, you'll never get a bad match out of him. You know what I'm starting to think? This whole thing about him not being good enough and not having the it factor and not wanting to grab the brass ring, I think that might be a work. I think Vince might really like Cesaro because all the Cesaro support, and not to say that he didn't have support before, but all the Cesaro support really came after that podcast with Steve Austin, and they were talking about Cesaro and how good he is, and Vince McMahon said, well, I don't know why he's not over. And eventually, he has brass ring things. He does this, and he has the ring taped up, and he does the sharpshooter now, and there's the Cesaro section, and every part of it has been building towards Cesaro. So I don't fear for Cesaro. I think he'll have a job for matches like that.
The dude did a fucking cartwheel off what the fuck,
awesome.
man?
That was so
Talk about schooling a sucker. I'm gonna bust a cartwheel now, and then I just thought his link up, the storytelling of the match, the linking the moves together, uppercut here, fucking swing here, cartwheel here. Fuck, I'm gonna reverse this into, fucking sharpshooter into the crossface. It's just
awesome.
I'm gonna school you. And the fans, they were like, what the fuck is Cesaro doing? This guy is just turning it up. If a match is gonna be layered, that's how you layer that shit. You start from here and you just build, and to the suspense. Cesaro, I thought Neville was one of the sickest at building suspense, but now, man, Cesaro and then the way they embraced after as well. That was nice.
Really
that
great.
was nice.
Yeah, it was good. I think that Cesaro is in a position where I thought he was in a position on Monday where somebody was going to run out and it was going to be a little bit of distraction victory for Roman, or a little bit of interference, kind of like Deadly Games, setting up the Stones when Big Boss Man lost to The Rock earlier. Mm-hmm. So he came out and he threw the nightstick at Ken Shamrock, and The Rock happened to catch it and beat Ken Shamrock to get to the next level. And that it made sense storyline wise until the end of the night where you were like, oh, that was the work because Boss Man was in on it with The Rock. So I thought they were going to do something similar to that. I didn't think it was going to be a clean victory. I thought it was going to be slightly askew, so that you would have questions and be like, "Oh, I wonder if they face off for real to the clean victory, who's going to win?" But that did not happen.
All right, so here we go. Who wins the title? Just a name, please. Just a name, Fame. Just a name.
That the title, though, okay, Ambrose. Ambrose will
Woo! Heel or babyface, Ambrose?
heel
Bang.
Ambrose. It's only
Ooh.
one
Tom,
way.
Tom,
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, heel or babyface, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Face Roman Reigns.
He's so over. The pop he got was huge.
He did.
And he's very over, and I don't think it's time to turn Roman Reigns personally. I think it's time to turn someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is.
Right. Here's me now. Yeah. Fucking Roman Reigns. He's the poster boy, but a heel needs this title. I think a heel needs this. Coming out of this whole thing, a heel needs this title. It's either gonna be Ambrose healing it up and becoming the champion, or it's gonna be Roman Reigns winning and Sheamus cashing. That's predictable WWE right there with Sheamus cashing. But it's tonight. I'm excited.
Oh yes.
There, we're gonna see what goes down, because this could be potentially good with the Royal Rumble around the corner. My favorite pay-per-view. Right. So let's go on to the main event, and then we'll talk about the rest of the Survivor Series matches.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this.
Tom, the main event. Now they saved this for last. I understand why, because obviously they're trying to create some heat and create some talking about what's gonna happen, with this, with the ladies. Now, Paige on the mic was really, really good and saved Charlotte's bacon so many times. And I thought Charlotte was like, it was just a bit weird the way she was stopping and starting.
Yeah, her delivery isn't bad. Like, when she's speaking, it's good, but when it's her turn to speak, she misses it, and then by just by a second or two, she's either too early or too late, and it disjoints the conversation really, really fast. Like, Cole was talking at one point and handed it to Charlotte, and she sort of paused, and then, okay, now I'm going to speak. It doesn't flow with Charlotte, which is disappointing, because Paige is really great. Like, honestly, one of the best promos in the company right now, in my opinion. I think she's pulled it off many, many times, but obviously this segment went in a direction that no one could have predicted. I thought putting divas in the Fame knows. Putting the divas in the main event is a great idea. Do it more often.
Not if it's gonna be like this.
Yeah, not necessarily if you're gonna bring up names that are irrelevant to a story that's being told. There's enough of a story there, returning back on PCB. You don't need to add this in. I don't appreciate as well the statement afterwards where they sort of threw Charlotte in the bus. Like, performers all agreed, here it is. Like, I don't think that's okay. I don't think it was okay that it was mentioned. I don't know if it ruined the segment. Because people are obviously talking about it to play devil's advocate. They're talking about it for the wrong reasons, but there's a lot of heat on the segment now, and there's a lot of heat on the feud. But as soon as it's mentioned, you're watching and you sort of curl up and go, ooh,
yeah.
Like,
it's still raw, man. It's still raw. Like, it's not like it happened 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're mentioning Eddie Guerrero. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still raw. And the worst thing about it as well is, like you said, Tom, they didn't need that.
No.
They didn't need to get that
Not at all.
cheap heat. They didn't need that, because a lot of the fans might not know who Reed is. Obviously, a lot of smart marks do. We know, but a lot of the fans, they're probably like, Reed who? Like, who's that? So they might not be invested enough. Fame, speak on this.
I'll tell you a personal story. I was actually supposed to meet Ric Flair, and the day I was supposed to meet Ric Flair was like 2 days after Rita died, so he canceled. I met the Undertaker instead. Awesome, not Ric Flair though. Not what I paid for. So me and Reed have had heat since then. But here's the thing: Charlotte brought him up. She's like, I'm a fighter, like me, like my dad, like my mom, like my brother. Cry. She cries. She's crying. It was hard for her to get to the second. Like, here's the thing. They say, the WWE released a statement, said that it was Charlotte. Like, we wouldn't have done this if Charlotte wasn't cool with it. She might have been cool with it because she's not in a position to say no. She just got to the main roster. Obviously, she had a problem with it because she couldn't get through her promo. She kept stopping, starting, crying. And you can tell, and this is how serious it is. It's still raw. No one knows who Reed is. And then if you do look up who Reed is, he died of a drug overdose. It's not even like, like if you brought up Eddie Guerrero was a drug addict who recovered and then unfortunately lost his life. That's inspirational. Reed is not. I'm sorry. And even further than that, she kept bringing up how her brother's a fighter. She's a fighter, this and that. So Paige just went with it. And you can tell, if you watch that segment over again, Paige is tearing up. Because Charlotte's tearing up. Because Paige is emotional. And she didn't want to say what she said. So when you're putting the performers in a position that makes them very uncomfortable, you're not going to get good segments. Now, the fight after was good, but I was killed just by the fact that I'm like, watching two people say things that they don't want to say, and I'm not stuck into the storyline because it's so raw, it's so real, it's too much. And for people that say like, oh, you want an Attitude Era, here it is. No, because I don't remember any part of the Attitude Era that was sitting there glorifying death. That's not my favorite part of the Attitude Era.
I think the fight,
except for Big Show's dad.
Oh god!
Good
That was Dad. No.
But I thought say that his dad died years prior.
Yeah. I think the after fight was good, but I think it could have been better. Like for instance, I think we could have had a fucking Bret Hart, Jerry the King Lawler, where she puts in a figure eight and just does not let go. Just don't let go. Just have all the refs come out, just trying to pull her off. Don't let go. You get Ric Flair coming down, going, you give her to her. Woo! Just there, just give it, like, you know what I mean? And then everyone kind of disperses, and then it's kind of done. Ric Flair? No, all right, get Ric Flair. All right, let's ixnay to the Ric Flair stay. Just get him out of there.
No, he's got to come out and be like, Charlotte, let her go. You're gonna lose your title. Like he's got to be concerned for Charlotte. He's got
to be the parent. Parent. Exactly. Okay. All right, and then and then we have that thing going on, and then we just like go off air like, is she gonna let go? Find out on SmackDown, and just kind of just finish there. But but I mean, it was what it was. Paige kind of, walked away and yada yada yada, and then the segment there. All right, let's get to the match at Survivor Series. Fame, who takes it down?
There's no after that promo. There's absolutely no way that Charlotte's gonna lose.
Okay.
I like that though. I like this in the sense of she beat Nikki to revolutionize things, air quotes, and she's gonna beat her first challenger that actually is gonna be like personal. I mean that Nikki Charlotte stuff was not personal. It was I'm better. No, I'm better. Da da da. And then they just wrestled. This is personal. This is anger. Charlotte's off her game, storyline wise. So hopefully this comes into like an intense match, and you can see that the Divas can bring the intensity and the violence. And as Charlotte's going to win. Okay. It's gonna be 90-10 though. I feel like Paige is gonna be dominating because Charlotte's gonna be unfocused, and she might roll her up with the Charlotte's Web.
Okay. Tom.
Yeah, I think it'll take the usual course of Charlotte's matches that we've seen so far in the main roster. Like, she'll sell something for a while, probably a leg. Paige will win a leg for a while, and then she'll just slap on the figure eight and just win in 5 seconds. Like, it just doesn't matter. Yeah. There's no way Charlotte loses.
Her chops, by the way.
Like Finn just said. After that, what was said, even if she hadn't said it, but especially after that, no chance.
Her chops, by the way, are absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I hate them. Anyway, let's go to the rest of the Survivor Series matches. It seems like we're gonna get Tyler Breeze versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yes,
so who takes that down, Fame?
You're talking about a man who has a rivalry with another man because he called him ugly. Divas Revolution. It'd be weird to have Tyler Breeze lose on his debut, but I don't think he's gonna win. I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna get angry, or they're gonna interfere. Him and Summer. I think it's gonna be like I think Dolph will win, but by disqualification. I think like a selfie stick to the face kind of thing.
A selfie stick to the face. Okay, Tom.
I think I'll go with Breeze, but via roll up or something. Like Fame was saying, it's not going to be. There's shenanigans afoot. Like, there's definitely something going to go on. There's no way there's a clean win on this one. And I'm not really invested, I've got to be honest. There's no story apart from the.
He's just calling him ugly. You're ugly.
You're an ego.
No, but you are. It's like, where's the story there? Like, this is. I'm not really invested, so.
Okay, we have a 10-on-10. Traditional Survivor Series match with no opponents. Just shout out some names. 10 on 10, 5 on 5. Sorry.
Oh. There you go. I'm like 10 on 10.
Could you imagine? It's like a Royal
That'll
Rumble
take a long
here.
time.
Sorry, 5 on 5. So can you just throw out some names? Babyface team, face team. Throw out some names. Who's gonna be in there? New Day have to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think New Day, Usos, and Ryback, like from what we saw on Raw, they're all going to be in there. I think that's fairly obvious.
So New Day, Usos, and Ryback. So
Yeah,
that's
against
what?
each other.
So, yeah, so that's free. That's a free.
They're
So
free
then
from each, and then
right.
it's going to be 2 extras each side.
Cesaro.
Probably Cesaro, maybe Kalisto.
Sheamus, Barrett, Lucha Dragons.
Sheamus and Barrett won't be bad at all. Dudley's maybe. Ascension, they had a crap match on Raw. Maybe them.
Ascension with Stardust, like it's so many options.
I think it'll be the opener, to be honest.
Yeah, it must be.
Faces to win.
Faces to win.
Yeah.
Whatever the face team is.
Traditional Survivor Series match, faces to win. Oh, just quickly, Fame. Who's your pick for Taker and Kane versus Wyatt to win?
I think this is damn near obvious, and you know me so well, Kenny. And I think that you know that I have the lightning, and I have the thunder, and I have the druids with the sheep mask. Wyatt, man, they can't not go over it. I think WWE loves to spoil a party. So 25 years of the Undertaker. Ending on his back, I think is the way to go.
He shakes his head. All right.
I just can't see it. After all the build, I just cannot see. Undertaker will not be lying down on his back, I don't think. I think Kane, if anyone's lying down on the back, it'll be Kane, but...
It's 25 years to the day.
Yeah.
It's 25 years to the fucking day. Like,
Not to the day, it's the event.
To the day, I think they said it was, apparently. Wait,
Really?
maybe just double check this shit. Survivor Series 19. We'll get to it anyway in Segue Time Machine.
Okay.
We'll
Alright,
get
cool.
to it. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna go on a break right now to hear from our sponsors at VOC Nation. And then we'll be back with NXT Fallout. Fame's girl made an appearance, so we'll talk about that in a bit. So don't you miss it.
Live from the In the Room studios located in the Net Carrier Enclave. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.
Hey everyone, it is your favorite knockout, Mickey James, and you're listening to the VOC Nation.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. Thanks for coming on down. It's Save Wrestling, the podcast, and the business-making town. I am your award-winning hostess with the mostest, Shelly Funtime Martinez, and she is my co-host, Dazzling Danielle. Woo! Hello out there. And together we are the Martinez Girls. You finally did it. And you can join us here Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern on the VOC Nation as we save wrestling together, Danielle. Fighting crime. Woo!
Interested in advertising with the VOC Nation Radio Network, whether on the website or across our syndicated network of podcasts? Contact VOC at vocnation.com for advertising information, and do so before June 22nd for the possibility to save 40% on what you will spend on an ad.
Hey, it's me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Net Carrier has many great products and services to increase your bottom line. Be sure to ask your Net Carrier representative about our hosted PBX. Call Net Carrier today for a free analysis of your phone bills. 877-255-7733. That's right, 877-255-7733. Call now.
Let's get it out!
It happens every morning. You watch Raw, and then you react to it. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Every single Monday. Join Tony and Sarah, Harry Broadhurst, and Jimmy Christopher for the Raw Reaction worldwide on the VOC Nation.
The most polarizing personalities worldwide. This is the VOC Nation.
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast with your boy Kinny Killa, also Tom Brady and Fame Black, Nature Boy. So we're gonna go into NXT right now. NXT Fallout. Did you guys both watch NXT this week?
I did.
I watched half. I don't think I finished it.
Oh.
But I don't know what I missed. So
Okay, so we'll find out in a minute. But
Right.
we started off NXT with Nia Jax versus Carmella, the Queen of Staten Island. How you doing? So we started off this. Carmella took one for the team, Tom. Now again, Nia Jax dressing better. We saw her last week.
Better.
We saw her last week canoodling with Eva Marie in the back. Now, all right, maybe not canoodling.
I would. I think I would watch that.
Yeah. BBW.
Suck the drive and eat some lunch.
But Tom's laughing. You know what I'm talking about.
I
Yeah.
love BBWs. Look at 'em.
Don't reveal my
down.
secrets on this podcast.
I'm
It's for the world to hear.
I'm sorry. Tom told me that in confidence.
But
He's
nevertheless, Carmella, she gave her, gave it a fighting chance. Eva Marie, we had some kind of shenanigans going on. We know something's gonna go down somewhere or another. They filmed the tapings for the next 3 weeks. I know what goes down. I don't know if some of you do. I like region spoilers. Some people may hate it, but I love it. But nevertheless, the match was okay for what it was. It was obviously a match to get Nia Jax over. Tom, what did you think of the overall match in terms of elevating Nia?
I think, yeah, it served its purpose. When Carmella came out, you're like, ooh, here's Carmella, and she did the worst moonwalk that I think I've ever seen in my life. But then Nia Jax's music hits, and you're like, I know who's jobbing here. I'm in the know. And it's just, it served its purpose. I think she looks a lot like I don't know if you mentioned this last week, guys. I can't quite remember. She looks a lot like Awesome Kong now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Karma, which is great. Like, if you want her to look the part, put her in, big.
You called that time. You called that weeks ago on the show. We were talking about Nia Jax. You said put her in something more like Awesome Kong to accentuate her size. So you called that.
Yeah,
and I told that person.
And she looks way better.
She looks way better. Definitely looks way better.
I think her attire was great. I think the match was cool.
What do you think about the finish, Fame? The finisher.
The leg drop.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially just because she's big and Carmella is small, so it works.
It's like
crush
woo, it's all over. Yeah. It's like what Big Yoko used to drop that leg drop. You're like,
right.
Woo! Yeah. Like
there's some people that can do the leg drop, and I feel like Nia is one of them. Not Hulk though.
All right. What about the earthquake finish? Is that too much?
What's the?
I think that's too.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, for a woman to be doing anyway, maybe that's too.
You expose yourself to a lot of and it's weird that you got to say this, but when the guys do it, you expose themselves to a lot of fat jokes.
Yeah.
And, maybe that's not the greatest thing to put on.
What about a choke bomb, like choke up there and just both just.
Oh,
choke
the Albert bomb.
Bam. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that finisher. One of my favorites.
Be nice.
Yeah, I think there's a finish that Big Damo uses, and he's used example all the time, where he'll stand on the opponent first and then do a back sort of drop senton. I think that'd be really cool. Like, it just squishes someone.
I don't know if the Divas can take Nia standing on.
That's the issue. Like, she is mad. Like, she is a behemoth.
Well,
right.
Obviously.
You're talking about Carmella. Carmella's like $105.
Yeah, and you've been watching Breaking Ground, where you've been seeing Nia Jax has been throwing Dana Brooke around by the head. It's like,
and Dana Brooke is not small.
No.
Dana Brooke is not small at all.
No. Okay, so Nia Jax took that down. Then we get Alexa Bliss promo. Now, Fame. Okay, Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I have to give her a clap. Because she took this promo, and she brought something out of herself that I didn't think I would be able to see from her. And the thing I enjoyed about it was the way she's like, I'm going to bliss slap you. I was like, wait, what? I'm going to bliss slap you? Like, I just love that. And I just like how it's now, she's front and center, you got Blake and Murphy behind her, like, they're actually the goons. Like, they're your fucking, the edgeheads, Ryder and fucking Hawkins to your edge. You know what I mean? And she plays it well. What did you think about this promo, Fame?
No, I agree with you 100%. I thought this slap was like clever, and I thought it was cool. I don't know, man. That ring rat, she's really getting around. She's got a lot of play now. It was really good.
You need to stop that talk, man. You need to.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
You might turn around the corner into a sparkle splash. No.
If she tried to do anything, I would bliss on her. So there.
Oh, okay. On to the next one. Oh shit. Jason Jordan and Gable versus Ascension. Now this match,
is badass.
Yeah, this match was gearing up to be something nice, and Tom, they didn't disappoint. Ascension come out to a massive pop. We got to the Kurt Angle theme song. And they traded back and forth. It was stiff. It was great. We had Catch As Catch Can from Jason. For me, Tom, this was all about Jason Jordan. For me, this whole thing was about Jason Jordan, because Chad Gable's over, and he does what he does, but this was about the hot tag to Jason Jordan.
I think Jason Jordan is awesome. I think Jason Jordan has lots of things that Vince McMahon will see and go like, he's a champion one day. He's great. Gable, obviously, we've said so much about Gable before. Everyone knows Gable's great. There was an amazing double Northern Light suplex by the pair of them to, I think, Connor. Awesome. Jordan's overhead suplex, great as well, to Victor. So much air on it. I think it was just a really good match. That I think it was going to be good, but I thought it was better than I expected. When the Ascension came out, I was like, this will be interesting, but I didn't think it would be great. And it actually was really, really good. Really, really good.
Forgot who the Ascension were, man. You forgot that they were the longest reigning, toughest tag team champions in NXT. Like, they're badass, and you lose that on the roster sometimes. I mean, they're standing around with Stardust, and they're doing all this other stuff, so you lose a lot of it. But when they came back, you remembered, and that's what made that match so epic. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was indeed.
I mean, you're right. Jason Jordan, he has a lot of stuff. He don't fill my quota though, even though he's closer to my skin tone. I've been thinking about the champion. For me, I don't see it. I see him getting on the roster and staying in like the mid picture, but he is a great athlete, and I won't take anything away from him. I mean, the match was phenomenal.
So they took that down. It looks like, I mean, they're meant to be heels, but they're getting babyface reaction. But then they face off against a heel team, and it's weird. The dynamic's weird, but some way, somehow, I feel like Enzo and Cass are probably going to take down the titles off of the, Dash and Dawson, and then we'll get Enzo and Cass, Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan will have that mix going on.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Next, we had Emma versus Mary Kate. Now, Tom, Evil Emma. Is she better than the old Emma? Because I love this Emma.
Yeah. Great. She's so much better. Like, you can invest in this character now. You get an idea of her personal characteristics. Her pairing with Dana Brooke's really nice. I think they both elevated one another. I think they've been a great pairing. I just think she's gearing up, obviously, for this match with Asuka, which will be probably great because she's a good wrestler as well. I just think they've bringing her back down to the NXT has been just a blessing for her. This is the best person they brought down to improve her, and I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed.
Fame, Emma, I'm just glad that she is how she is now, and then they're like Tom said, Dana and her, they're elevating each other. The theme song I love. I love that shit. And then the fans after that bit, they're like, yeah, they're feeling the song, like they're proper feeling the song.
It's a better song.
Yeah, and I just love the way that she's like, it's all about me. This is the shit. I'm gonna just take it down. And the way I think her finisher is more suited for a heel, as well. The way she just wrenches on it. Mary Kate, bye bye. She had no chance.
Didn't have a chance.
No. So it is what it is. She took that down. That was a quick one. Then we had Dash and Dawson versus some jobbers. Let's just look at it this way, Fame. Okay, I call it the hot tag fuck up, right? Because in this match, you know what I'm talking about, Tom. Because in this match, it was all Dash and Dawson. They were fucking up this dude. They were absolutely trouncing this guy. Fucking boots to the fit, everything this guy was getting, right? And then he finally got the hot tag. And what happened? He ran into a finisher. It was so nasty. I call it the hot tag fuck up. So there you go.
It's a nice little refresher. It's a nice little surprise because you're used to the hot tag, and then the other team has the momentum for a while, and you kind of just roll with it. But hot tag right into the finisher, hilarious.
So good.
And it was what they needed. It was what Dash and Dawson needed.
Oh yeah, it made them look so dominant.
Yeah, it made them show that they're unstoppable. You know what I like about Dash and Dawson, and I said this, is that they have like great chemistry. They work well together. They're awesome. And I found out that it's not because it's because they know each other. They've known each other for like the past 24 years. Like they grew up together. So it's only natural. I didn't know that. It's like it came out in this article I was reading, like Wrestling Facts we didn't know last week. And yeah, so their chemistry is undeniable. But I like that. It was the same thing for Edge and Christian. They had a chemistry that just was undeniable. And I would love to see more Dash and Dawson in backstage segments now, because knowing what I know that they could do. I mean, they have 23 years to work on this. Like, I know my best friend, he doesn't even want to be a wrestler, and I'm like, yo, when we make it to the WWE, we're gonna do this. Like, this is an angle me and you were gonna do. So he already knows that. So to make all that plans, I think that's really cool. Like, that's what I would want to do.
Yeah, because I think that them two, their promos, they got their promo tight. They're good on the mic. They're really good on the mic, especially Dawson. A lot better than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
So they're definitely ones to watch out for. They're definitely the underdogs to watch out for. Next, Tom, we had Asuka backstage with Tom Phillips, who is amazing, by the way. I love Tom Phillips. Like,
he's good. He's growing into it.
I still don't understand why they kind of took him and then put Rich Brennan in. I do like Rich Brennan because he works well with Corey Graves. But yeah, Tom Phillips, he's definitely the guy. So we had Asuka backstage with Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips is asking us some random shit. Then all of a sudden we come with Dana Brooke coming in. And she, basically just tried to bust a promo on Asuka. She's standing there with the mask. Mask looks great. What did you think of this backstage segment in terms of getting across, working against Asuka's, language barriers and also Dana Brooke's good promo technique?
I thought that's really good. It's smart booking. It's very ECW, accentuate the positives, hide away the negatives. Perfect. Like, awesome. Dana Brooke has become a very good promo in my opinion. I think Dana Brooke's been developed in such, like, I can't get over how bad she was at the start and how good she is now. And you compare that with Eva Marie, who I'm sure we'll talk about shortly, who has been bad at the start and is still horrible. Like, but yeah, did it perfectly. You have the aesthetic of Asuka there in a mask, and she just takes off one word. So it's brilliant.
Yeah. Now, Fame, on to you, Fame.
Yes. I would love to talk about this.
So, Asuka, I think the way she took off her mask and said yes was, I think, the way you would like her to say yes to you. I think. Did I get that right?
Most definitely. With the mask, she can lower the mask and give me the suspense for it. Yeah.
She just went just like this. Yes, that's what she did. She took it to you, man. She got a mask for you, dog. She got a mask for you.
Listen, I'll keep you updated. I'll snap Tom when he snaps me another one of his BBWs. I'll snap him, me and Oscar.
Him?
Yeah, I want more. It's not time. You gotta send them all. I gotta catch them all like Pokemon. Except for their.
I'm worried you're saving too many to your phone now, Fame. Like, for, your personal.
I screenshot every one.
Don't worry, man.
This is my friend Tom.
I'll send you an SD card. Wait a minute. Wait. Fame, you got S6?
Yeah.
All right, dog. I got my S6, yeah? I got my new S6, right? Now check this shit out. Maybe just get this shit for you, dog. Because this is some cool shit. And I'll tell you where to get the case from. Because this shit is off the chain. Right, let me just get this, dog. Let's just activate this. Watch this shit, right? Just watch this.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Bam. And I'll send you the link to that. Yeah, I'll send you that. That cost me, in pounds, that cost me about £4.50, right? That's peanuts in dollars, dog. That's peanuts in dollars.
Okay.
Peanuts. Under $10. All right.
Cool.
We digress. Main event time. Bayley, Alexa Bliss, come out, fans are going crazy. When that song hits, I'm just like, there ain't no stopping us now. Da, da. I love that shit. I'm going crazy. I'm like, yeah. And then, Bliss is coming out. She's giving her the evils. They lock up. Now, Bliss slap. She gave her a Bliss slap. She actually gave her there was 2 Bliss slaps up in here. One by Bayley, one by Bliss. I thought Bliss conducted herself really well for a championship TV match, which is what she needed to do. I think her part that she's playing in this thing with Eva and Nia, and that's great. But the match itself, it was a nice filler match for Bayley, I thought. Tom, what did you think?
I thought obviously the Alexa character is brilliant. That's her definite best part. It's definitely on the mic, and as the leader of the 3. I don't think she's that good in ring yet. I didn't enjoy this match that much, unfortunately. Like, I just felt a few things were a bit clunky. There was just some spots where I was just like, I obviously know it's not real, but it can't look that bad. Like, it can't look. There was some like driving Alexa's head into the ring posts, like into the turnbuckle, and it looked awful. Like it just didn't look good, and a few things were clunky. I thought it was all right, like for a TV match, fine, like it was all right. But I think because maybe it's because I've seen Bayley is, put on two of the best women's matches that WWE will probably ever see. It just felt. I couldn't enjoy it.
It felt like an enhancement match, didn't it?
It didn't feel great. Yeah.
I mean, you know that Bayley's got the ability and the skills. I mean, you've seen what she's done at NXT Brooklyn and what she did at the other one. What was that called?
NXT Takeover Respect.
I mean, like, that she's way better than any Bliss.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
Also on this, Bayley was selling her left arm, I think, like the left shoulder, like the whole match. If you're selling something, and this applies to a lot of people as well, especially like Roman Reigns and people like that, if you're selling your shoulder, don't use it. Like, don't use your shoulder for corner drives.
Right.
Roman Reigns did it against Big Show, I think it was Big Show the other week, where he sold his right arm the whole match, did all the corner clothesline sort of things he does, all with the right arm. Use your other arm. Like, I shouldn't get this frustrated about it, but it's one of the things where I'm like,
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh no, it's if you're selling it, don't use it. And if you use it, it should be once, and you should
refrain from using it again.
I regret doing that. I can't believe it.
That should be the way of doing it. That just got that. I didn't think it was a great match.
That got on your wicked bit, didn't it?
It properly did,
Stick up his ass.
If there's one thing that does me like in wrestling, it's no selling something for no purpose. Mm-hmm. The biggest one that ever got me, like in recent times, was when it was like last year when Seth Rollins, when Sting came out and it was Seth Rollins versus Cena, and Cena's been battered the whole match by all the Authority, and Sting comes out, he rolls up Rollins, and he just runs into the crowd, like sprinting and jumping around. It's like, It's just been beat up for 15 straight minutes. Like, sell it. I know you, John Cena, but sell it, please.
And the one I love is like RVD. He does a 5-star frog splash, but he after he's like, every time, like, so yeah. Anywho.
It's accurate about that, but I always think about like, why do you keep doing it? You know it's going to hurt. It's really not smart, but it works for RVD.
The big ending is the worst. You are taking the punishment. You're cushioning the guy.
Yeah.
You're cushioning the guy. The big ending.
Jericho calls that the pillow finisher or something.
Yeah. Go to sleep.
Apparently, yeah.
They go to sleep. They calls it like the go to bed or something like that. Go to bed.
Yeah, it's pretty much it is that. It's true.
Even the end of this match anyway happens and. We get Eva Marie's song. This was perfect. She comes out, starts talking shit, and the crowd go ape shit. They wouldn't let her talk. She's like, "Just shut up, you dorks!" And
the heat was so nuclear. Like, this was crazy. Like, I was not expecting this.
Yo, Smarks don't understand that if they keep booing Eva like this, they're going to give her everything.
Her fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she's getting a match next week. I know the outcome of that match. I don't know if you two do, but
I don't know.
I don't do spoilers.
I'm not. Don't worry. We got the peeps to think about. But next week she faces off against Eva Marie for the title. And it's just interesting that Eva gets a shot just before NXT London. So we'll see what happens there. And that was it for to end the show. She comes out and she says, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be you versus me. It's versus. It's versus me." Anyway,
all those memes.
Don't forget, for the women's championship title, like, her voice is like Cameron levels of annoying. God. It's that whiny, like,
Chalkboard, Dean Douglas. Anyway, we're going to go to a break now, and then we'll be back with the usual Shook Stunner, Segue Time Machine, RP SmackDown in 60 seconds, where we'll be talking about La Sombra, Full Sail, Austin Aries, Gunner, the whole shebang, and track of the week, so don't you motherfucking miss it.
What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Ferrari in Las Vegas, and you're listening to the Swerve Talk Network featuring Max Wrestling, Sunday Seg, Offshoot Radio, and more at the Swerve Talk Network on Twitter for more information. Woohoo!
And we're back, people. Fame is making me laugh.
Did you motherfucking miss it?
We're here with Fame Black, Tom Brady in the building. Right, so Suge, Stunners, right, you know the deal, peeps. So, Jobber of the week, who took the job? It has to be Ascension. It has to be Ascension two times in the week. They took the JJ and Gable plus what's it called, Dudley's.
Yeah, Dudley's.
Come on, man. What you reckon Kalisto took the job?
Kalisto took his mask off. And then he still lost in the most awkward way possible.
All right, what are you saying? You got the silent vote, Brady.
Oh, I was just gonna say Carmella, so I was gonna go in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carmella.
She just
She took the job.
Just went.
She took the
straight
job.
down.
Carmella, I like that.
She did take the job.
Carmella, she took the job. All right, move of the week. Move of the week.
That is so tough this week.
The cartwheel. Cesaro cartwheel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, cartwheel. Oh shit. Cartwheel.
Also,
All
like
right.
he bitched out Roman Reigns with the uppercut. He was like, shoot this arm, son.
And then all right, wrestler of the week.
Ooh.
We got some interesting ones. I mean, we got Roman Reigns did good. Cesaro did good. You know, Bailey. Cesaro again. You did 2 weeks in a row? Yeah. Oh, 2 weeks in a row, Cesaro. We got the 3 C's. We got Carmella. We got Cartwheel and Cesaro. All right, 3 C's. Okay, time for Segue Time Machine. You know how we do. Fame loves this shit. Fame loves this shit. All right, Segue. Here we go. Time Machine. So, all the history wrestling today, November the 22nd, the week before my birthday. All right, so here we go. In 1998, we have Billy Kidman winning the Cruiserweight title. Also, we had The Miz winning the WWE title in 2010. And what pay-per-views? We had WCW World War III 1998. We also had UFC 40 Vendetta. We had Survivor Series 2009. I think the main event in UFC 40 that time was Tito Ortiz defeating Ken Shamrock by TKO. Wow. And we also had Survivor Series 1990. That is right, the birth of The Undertaker. Let's just go into this shit right now. Let's see the teams in 1990.
Let's not forget though, guys, the birth of the Gobbledygooker.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
What really happened though that time.
The Gobbledygooker.
That's my future world champion. Right? That's who's gonna win this tournament. All right.
All right, guys. We had the Warriors, which was Road Warrior, Hawk, Ultimate Warrior, Texas Tornado, Road Warrior, Animal, defeating the Perfect Team of Crush, Axe, Smash, and Mr. Perfect. We also had, obviously, the $1 Million Team, which was Greg the Hammer Valentine, Honky Tonk Man, The Undertaker, Ted DiBiase, defeating the Dream Team of what's his name? The Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Coco Beware, Bret Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Dusty taking the finish straight away, which was weird. He was team captain. We also had the Visionaries, Paul Roma, Hercules and the Warlord, and Rick Martel versus the Vipers, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, Jimmy Snooker, and Jake the Snake Roberts. We also had the Hulkamaniacs, the Tugboat, Bossman, Jim Duggan, and Hulk Hogan defeating the Natural Disasters of the Barbarian, Dino Bravo, Haku, and the Earthquake. And this actually, we had one more match. We had the Alliance, Tito Santana, Nikolai Volkov, Bushwhacker Luke, Bushwhacker Butch, defeating the Mercenaries of Sergeant Slaughter, Borisukov, Mr. Sato, and Pat Tanaka. Now, with this, we had a grand finale match of the Ultimate Warrior, Hogan, Tito Santana, defeating Ted DiBiase, Rick Martel, Warlord, Hercules, and Paul Roma in a 9-minute match. Crazy, I know. Shane Douglas was also in the dark match versus Nature Boy Buddy Rose. Yes. I know. Monday Night Wars time, people. Monday Night Wars. Monday Night Raw, episode 339, did a 5.5 rating. We had Holly Cousins defeating Mankind and El Snow. We had Kurt Angle defeating Mark Henry. We had Chris Jericho defeating The Godfather. Edge and Christian defeating the Dudley Boys. We had X-Pac defeating Jeff Hardy. WWF title match, Big Show defeating Kane by count out. Yes, Big Show was the WWF champion. We also had
Survivor Series.
That's right. We also had Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexy, and Scotty 2 Hotty defeating Val Venus and Bulldog by disqualification. Special referee Shane McMahon in a match between Test defeating Road Dogg, just said James. Rock and Sock Connection, you know the Rock and Mankind defeating Bossman and Prince Albert. Then main event 2-on-1 handicap match, no hold bars. The Acolytes versus Triple H ended in a no contest. On the other side, flip side, Nitro 3.4 rating. Okay, we had Creative Control defeating Filthy Animals for a title change. We had Perry Saturn defeating Evan Courageous. Vampiro defeating The Wall by DQ. We had World Heavyweight title match. Bret Hart, World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Jeff Jarrett. The chosen one. We also had Eddie Guerrero defeating Billy Kidman. Meng versus Miss Elizabeth went to a... That's right. Haku faces Miss Elizabeth. Ended with a no contest. Lash LaRue defeating Disco Inferno. Tigress defeating Spice. Booker T, Buff Bagwell went to a no contest. Asia defeating Medusa. Flag on a pole match, which was Mick DiMalenko defeating Chris Benoit. No disqualification, Meng defeated Sting. And then we had in the main event the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall defeating Bill Goldberg and Sid Vicious in a crazy 7.5 minute match. There you go. All right, so that's Segue Time Machine. Let's see if there's any birthdays today of any relevance. Any birthdays? Ed Ferrara. Happy birthday to Ed Ferrara. Lash LaRue. Lash LaRue, happy birthday to Lash LaRue as well. Happy birthday to the Gobbledygooker. Oh man, happy birthday to the Gobbledygooker.
The best character in wrestling.
Yeah, indeed. And that's it. There you go. Segue Time Machine.
Timing is all that.
And we're going to go into RIP SmackDown 60 seconds. So, quickly, we're just going to talk about La Sombra. That's right. WWE signed La Sombra to an NXT deal. Bit of a coup just about before he was about to go and go in the tag league in New Japan Pro Wrestling, a tag tournament. Now, what do you reckon, Fame, to this signing?
I don't know much about the character, so I don't want to speak on it too much. But WWE has been getting a lot of great coups lately. There's been sighting of Austin Aries at NXT, which I'm excited about. Not to mention Cowboy James Storm was on there not too long ago. So it's a lot going on. I mean, they're just getting everybody because really they're the only game in town. And now they have an independent that's like the best independent in town. So they're really killing the game.
They're just like, I'm going to gobble everyone up. Just, yeah, there you go. You're mine. Thank you.
I mean, hey,
bye-bye.
I mean, it's not like they're suffering. I mean, TNA just got a deal on Pop TV, which is more homes than Destination America. So they'll still have room to build that talent pool that Vince can then pick later. So.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last month, I think, Tom, where we talked about imagine if Austin Aries turned up, and bang, there he is, Full Sail at the tapings, turning up. I can say, just so you don't get your hope ups, he is not on the taping, okay? I'll say that now, he's not on the taping, but he was there, okay? So
he was there with Gunner. He had his gear with him.
He was there with Gunner. So, both of them, Tom, do you reckon good coups if they did sign?
Yeah, I think so. Like, obviously, both of them they're not exactly young talents now, but you got to have some star power, and Austin Aries is awesome.
I mean, he's good,
Love
right?
Austin Aries.
And here's another thing that Austin Aries not too long ago I was informed of this, was thinking about retirement. And honestly, like any other wrestling company, yeah, you can wrestle until you can't, and then you're kind of done. Whereas WWE is the place where you have a career after your wrestling career is over.
Well, maybe that's why he was backstage.
Yeah, he can be backstage. I mean, he can wrestle like 2-3 matches, stop, and then become like a trainer for NXT or a producer or whatever it is that they need him backstage for. I mean, because think about it, it's like, the Attitude Era is still there. If they wanted to make the Attitude Era come back, I mean, Big Show's still there, Kane's still there, the Dudleys are there, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn just got fired for being an ass. But get it? But like most of those guys are still there. They just have different jobs now, so it's pretty cool. And Austin Aries might want to think about retirement. Not to mention he's worked with the WWE before for the video games.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's a good time at the moment. I know, Tom, you wanted to briefly speak about Full Sail and the shenanigans that's going on there.
Yeah, Mick Foley earlier this week. I'm not sure if everyone's seen. He tweeted about Full Sail's crowd, and basically said what I'm thinking as well is like chanting is great. Everyone loves to chant. If it enhances the match and enhances what's going on. If you're just mindlessly chanting and, trying to get yourselves over and not the talent over, it's taken away from the show. Like, a couple of times watching NXT this week, I was getting a bit frustrated because the crowd is doing things and they're trying to get themselves, like, like involved in the match, and it's like just be there and enjoy yourselves, because so many of us would love to go down there and enjoy it. It's starting to get to a point where obviously it's not a flat crowd. A flat crowd is awful, but also a crowd that is too involved in their own activities to focus on the match is also not good. And it's just one of those things where if they tone it down just a little bit, it'd be perfect. But then you look at, obviously it's a big arena, but you look at when they moved to Brooklyn for that one time, and it was awesome. The crowd is great.
It was awesome. It was the greatest.
The crowd is great. Loads of chants, but not too many chants. And you're focusing on the wrestling rather than focusing on what you're doing yourselves. And I think that's just a thing that's irked me a little bit this week. Yeah, just a bit disappointing, really.
Okay, well, thanks for speaking on that. Like Conan, yo, let me speak on this. Oh my. Anyway, that's the end of the show, people. Sunday Segue prediction show with your boy Fame Black, Tom Brady joining your boy Kinny Killa. Man, really, really good episode as always when I'm with these two cats. You know, and yeah. I mean, we're going to do this again. I'm thinking you guys, every prediction show now, you know what I'm saying? Get you guys on. We do the damn thing. Royal Rumble's going to be absolutely off the chain. So definitely going to get you guys in there. We're going to do a little bit of a sweepstake, I think. Say who's going to be entry number 1, entry number 30. Who's going to win, first eliminated, longest time, yada, yada, yada. Sweepstakes, done no. So, yeah. Fame, let the people know where they can find you on your Twitter.
You know what you need? You need a new segment called Where's Suge? And it'll just be a small little segment, you know, somebody just going like, where's Suge? And he's in a new place every time, but he just can't find him.
Oh man, I was trying to go the whole show without mentioning him, but it is what it is. He will be here, but it's just, oh god, I don't even know.
There should be Suge return promos.
There's stuff, I put stuff out this week, man, missing pictures and everything. You know, $1,000, man, $1,000 fucking reward, man. Find this guy. You know, find this guy. He's managed to do the fucking Shawshank Redemption, get a spoon, and just like carve himself out of that prison. And he's managed to find himself out here some way, but he's took a wrong turn somewhere. So, you know,
I saw him in NXT Brooklyn.
Listen, he could have been there. Next week you might see him at NXT London. You don't know when you're gonna see this guy turn up, but he's in the shadows somewhere. He's in the trenches. He's fucking got out of somewhere, but he's around somewhere. Sorry, let the people know where they can find you on Twitter.
Okay, so Snapchat extraordinaire, the man in demand. Snapchat, Tumblr, Vine, Facebook, Twitter, all that. FAMEBLACK, Nature Boy, Fame Black, signing out.
Okay, Brady, Tom, let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter.
Just at Wrestle Review. It's the WR for Wrestling. It's the same for WR for Review. Just hit me up there for any questions you might have, any discussions, anything like that. It'd be great. So. Just one final shout out, by the way. I don't know if you saw on Raw when New Day's music hit, that little chubby kid who just went, yeah. That was the best moment of Raw, and it's an awesome Raw, but that was the best moment.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Suge sent me a picture of that the other day. That was amazing. All right, Seg heads, make sure you check out the article by Tom Brady on the Segue blog. Make sure you go to the website and check that out. Sunday Segue podcast.wix.com/Sunday Segue. Go under the Segue blog tab and check it out. Please also email us any questions you have for Tom Brady. Also, I'd just like to thank these guys for coming on. Next week, next week, we're going to have an interview with Progress Owns owner. That's right, Mr. Jim Smallman. He'll be on the show. Now, I've got, it's my birthday next week, so I'm going to be away. But don't worry, it's going to be a pre-recorded show, interview with Jim Smallman. Make sure you check that shit out. Now, track of the week is none other, Cody Rhodes. You're only smoking mirrors. Yep, that's right. And if you don't like that, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Woo! Say bye-bye, Chic. Iran #1, America.